Good to know, because I'm quite good in talking, so it can be a little bit longer than expected. But of course, I will try to keep the time. Oh, I see. Here's the time. Okay. So first of all, I will be talking about some course which we developed at NTNU, and I think the teaching is generally very based on the context. So I'll just explain. NTNU, it's one of the biggest, or it is the biggest Norwegian school of science and technology. We are, of course, not the top in the world when it comes to the rankings. NTNU in total, it's around top 300. But when it comes to the department in which I am working, in the structural engineering department, we are in the top 30, so it's not so bad. And the structural engineering, I also have to explain because a lot of university in the world doesn't have this department, which I discovered not so long time ago. We are in between of the civil engineering department and the architectural department. Generally, if you want to work as the consulting engineer, design the structures, you go for the structural engineering in Norway. So we have a lot of courses about the finite element method. We have a lot of courses about the Eurocode, trying to estimate the sections in the building. And generally, if you want to design something, but not to be architect, then you go for us. And also to explain a little bit of my background, I am a structural engineer from profession. I am still working in the consulting in one of the consulting companies. So I go back to the academia generally because I thought that we are not training people too good. I did my PhD some years ago, and now I am teaching students at the course which we develop with the head of the department, because also he, Anders Rønnquist, who is co-author of the paper, seen that we are missing something in the puzzle. So, just a brief explanation also what we want to achieve by introducing this course. We want to achieve a better collaboration generally in the design process, and this collaboration should be, of course, with the architects, the most creative part of the design process, not say chaotic, which are introducing a lot of randomness in the project. And we want to make the students of the structural engineering a little bit more prepared to what can meet them in their real life. Also, automation, which is coming, all of us knows about it because we are at this conference. Automation, digitalization is very important factor. So we want to train the students to be aware of a little bit more creative process in the design and the automation and digitalization. When it comes to the profile of the student which is coming to us, this course is dedicated for the fifth year students, so ninth semester, just before they will deliver the master thesis. 76% of them want to work in the consulting, so it's quite strict. And I have to say that in Norway, already on the fourth year, most of them have signed contract. So if they are saying they will be working in consulting, they probably already signed the contract with some consulting company. My course, it's as you can see on the ninth semester, you have some mechanical courses which you have to have in front, some Eurocode courses which you have to have. It's one of the free courses which you can choose, so it's not an obligatory course, but we have quite well statistics about the participants, so I will try to talk about it also later. The course is quite simple, it's linear in the curriculum. First, we are starting with introducing some parametric thinking. I will explain a little bit more what does it mean for me, but generally we are creating some, we teach students how to make the models in a more classic way, linear way. Then we are introducing some algorithm design, visual basic coding with Dynamo. Then we are going into the finite element method. We teach them how you should create the models to be able to calculate them and to analyze them. So then we are mostly working with Autodesk Robot, try to combine the parametric models, or maybe not on the stage, but in the later stage when we are talking about the automation optimization, we are trying to entwine the parametric modeling with the finite element results and critical thinking about the design. Finally, we are finishing the course with BMI digital workflow, meaning that how to create a model based on the IFC to the final results. So how to analyze the three-dimensional object from IFC, and then how to make the finite element model out of it. As I was saying, it's an obligatory course, not obligatory course. So from 150 students, which are each year at our department, around half of it are taking this course. We some drop at 2022 from many reasons it happened. Generally, also we have a small drop of the number of the student in total at our department, but we hope it will go up. And then the assignments, because when I will explain the assignments, I still have 2 minutes for it. I think you will understand better what actually we want to achieve. So I'm giving them quite simple task, like design a truss or design the structure. And I am always waiting. I'm not giving them any templates. I'm just teaching them how to use the tool. So they have to figure it out how to do it by themselves. And some of the tasks are simpler. Some of them are more difficult, but there is never a straight answer. So for example, if they want to design something, I'm giving them some obstacles, some boundary conditions, and I'm just waiting for the response. It's quite difficult to, of course, justify the grade for the students, because some of them can be really creative. Some of them, because of the process how we teach it till this course, which is more like calculating according to some rules, they are very how to say, not happy that they have to create something from scratch. Because when I'm giving such kind of the task, like design a bridge for the architect students, they have enormous amount of the quite bad ideas. But when you ask the structural engineer design the bridge from scratch, then they are more or less like, okay, but what are the requirements? It should be a concrete steel. And I think we are missing something in this educational education. In this education. So some of the tasks about optimization, I am also closely connecting with the real cases. So also I'm waiting not only for the answer what is the minimum or the maximum, but I am also asking about the buildability and the feasibility. And in the report, they have to really justify the chosen solutions. And finally, one important thing, when I'm teaching them, I am generally going quite deep into explanation of how CAD systems are working. So for example, I'm not only giving them the task to minimize the arc shape, but I'm also explaining how the NURBS curves and surfaces are working, and then to propose the based on that the most optimal structure. Okay, the exams, because this is also quite important, the exams are for the whole 80, 60, 70 people in one hall. They have exactly the same NTNU computers, exactly the same softwares. For 4 hours, they are solving tasks. The tasks are quite open. I'm normally creating 4 tasks, 1 task per hour to be solved. And before and the after course, I'm trying to measure the feeling of the students and generally their knowledge. So when I'm asking them about the importance of the parametric modeling after the course, they really think it's important. When it comes to the response about the new technology, so for example, when I'm asking them before the course, which is the gray line, about if they know what BIM means, what IFC means, although they, as I was saying, 80% of them wants to work in the consulting, they have a really small knowledge about it, but after the course it's getting better. And when it comes to the graphic, which is explaining how the course influence on their feeling about their own skills in the parametric modeling, or let's say algorithm design thinking, it's a little bit better. And finally, after the course, we are asking them how many of them wants to work in this case of the in this algorithm design with this algorithm design approach. And we see it was getting better, and after 2023 it's a little bit dropping. In my opinion, it's the AI influence. And well, it's 9 minutes 40 seconds, so I'm out of time. Yeah, some questions maybe.